Welcome to the YouTube channel Payback Hour. I've always loved Manhattan. The sound of traffic below my window. The smell of bagels and coffee drifting from the corner shop every morning. My little furnished apartment in the city wasn't just bricks and mortar, it was a part of me. But when my mother turned 87 and her health began to decline, I knew I had to make a choice. She needed someone full-time. Someone to help her dress, cook her meals, take her to appointments. That someone had to be me. I bought a modest house closer to her in the suburbs and decided to rent out my apartment in Manhattan. The rent would cover my living expenses while I took care of Mom. I imagined it would be a quiet, predictable arrangement. I had no idea I was about to meet the woman who would try to rob me blind. Her name was Angela. Middle-aged, polished, with a soft Australian accent that almost made her sound trustworthy. She explained that she had lived in her own home in Queensland for 30 years, which was why she didn't have any recent landlord references. But she had glowing letters from colleagues and friends. She was gainfully employed and easily met the financial criteria. I remember thinking, perfect. A stable tenant. Just what I need. The first few months went smoothly. Rent came in on time, her emails were warm and polite, and she even complimented the way I decorated the apartment. I relaxed. Until month 7. The rent didn't show up in my account. I brushed it off at first, maybe she was traveling, maybe there'd been a banking error. I sent a gentle reminder. No reply. I called. Straight to voicemail. I texted. Nothing. By the second month of silence, panic started to bloom in my chest. The bills weren't going to pay themselves, and every day I felt the financial noose tighten. Between caring for my mother and worrying about the apartment, I was running on fumes. Finally, I went to the building. I knocked on the door. Nothing. Curtains drawn, mailbox stuffed. I knew what this meant. Housing court became my next stop. Paperwork, hearings, deadlines, all while juggling doctor visits for Mom. The court date arrived, and Angela didn't even bother to show up. The eviction notice was issued, and I was there the day the marshal posted it. When I finally stepped inside, I could barely breathe. The stench hit first. The sofa cushions were stained beyond saving. The microwave door hung open, food crusted inside like some science experiment gone wrong. Trash bags sat in corners, swelling with God knows what. And Angela? Gone. She had already fled back to Australia. When I tallied the damage, my stomach turned. $16,000 in unpaid rent. Over $7,000 in repairs. I won both the housing court and small claims cases, but enforcing them overseas would cost me more than I'd ever recover. I remember sitting at the kitchen table one night, bills spread out like a cruel mosaic. Mom was asleep in the next room. And I thought about Angela, probably sipping wine in some Queensland cafe, maybe laughing about how she'd gotten away with it. And that's when the switch flipped. I might never see a dime, but she was not going to do this to someone else. Her name was unusual, and when I typed it into Google, almost nothing came up. That was my opening. I bought the domain name. hername.com, and then, late into the night, I built the site. I kept it factual. Court documents. Official eviction notice. Photos of the filth, the broken microwave, the stained sofa. Dates, amounts, everything verifiable. I even included where she worked and the bridge club she frequented, all public information. No slander, just the truth. Then I learned about SEO, keywords, backlinks, the whole toolkit. Slowly, her website climbed the search results. Until it hit number 1. The first time I checked the analytics, my heart raced. There it was, a visit from her employer's IP address. Then came the emails, strangers from conferences, whispering, "We saw her. Thought you'd want to know." I even reached out to the people who'd written her reference letters. Calmly, politely, I explained how their glowing words had helped her secure a home she trashed and left without paying. It's been 3 years now. The site is still up. Still number one. Still getting visits. Yes, it costs me a little each year to keep it going, but the satisfaction? Priceless. Every time Angela applies for a job, tries to rent, even goes on a date, someone is going to Google her name. And they're going to see my page. They're going to see the truth. Angela in Queensland, you thought you could cheat me and disappear. But the internet is forever. And so is your mistake. Some people think they can get away with anything, until karma knocks on their door. And here on channel name, we make sure you hear every knock, loud and clear. If you enjoyed this story of justice served cold, hit subscribe the YouTube channel Payback Hour, because out there, revenge isn't just sweet, it's inevitable.